Okay, let's check. Is the transcript rolling? The recording, it says it's starting. We want to wait till that just, okay. Where this is being recorded to memory. All right, cool. So I'm going to go outside, eat popcorn. So it's not going to be so much video, but this transcript is supposedly going. I'm also going to take a moment to drop the room audio a little bit. Okay, cool. So I think we are rolling. All right, here with Michelle. I'm eating popcorn in the kitchen. We got the Rode mic, wireless. Michelle, we were talking. It's funny because what you were saying, I actually have some visuals for. I want to show you the Healthy, Wealthy Nomad slides that I made years ago that I was working on, never finished. I'm a manifesting generator, line 1-3. I basically like start a bunch of things, but not the person necessarily to finish them. I've got massive vision. Anyway, you want to share what you were just talking about?
Like work with people. Yeah, where exactly do I start? Because I kind of got started talking about like my relationships, and I started talking about my family. And
well, simply, what are you here to do? Like,
okay, like what I really feel that I'm here to do on the planet, the theme that keeps coming up again and again is finding innocence. Yeah, finding innocence in things that were otherwise socially taboo, socially rejected, like themes of ostracism, finding the beauty and the love and rejected elements of society, of family, of relationships. I find myself gravitating a lot towards exercising patience within myself and being able to, how do I say, like inspire or encourage others to have patience with others and to see the love that's possible beneath lots of trauma. A lot of really, really good, amazing people with a lot of trauma who aren't exactly behaving in like alignment with their highest self. Yeah, so I find myself really interested in family dynamics. I study themes. I tell people I study war and peace, of ways to resolve conflict with force or aggression, or getting really creative with understanding and communication.
And your magic powers?
Hmm?
Your magic powers?
My magic powers. Yeah, okay, so actually it's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm incredibly sensitive, and I noticed a pattern when I was a teenager. I was diagnosed like chronic depression, chronic anxiety, ADHD, just neurodivergent. And I started tracking this all myself in the beginning of just trying to understand myself. I even created like a pie chart that I drew on the wall when I was like 16, just to kind of figure out like why my moods would fluctuate, what would make me feel happy or what would make me feel sad, essentially. And one of the biggest sections of the pie chart was that if I told a lie or I was in some form of embodied dishonesty, I would feel immediately sick. Like my energy would collapse. I would start mistreating people, like my relationships would suffer. And I was like, okay, so I'm healthier when I'm honest. And I think that's actually like one of the most exciting features that I explore in this dimension is embodied honesty. And then just noticing how my body, like I've been healing myself for many years. Just putting my heart, my mind, and body in alignment. Yeah, through just a ton of research and application.
You recently had a lot of success in what?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for these guiding questions. I had enormous success in my family life. I have a strange origin story. Pretty stressful. So yeah, my parents are two of the coolest people on the planet, but it was hard to recognize them for most of my life as that. They had pretty traumatic childhoods in a lot of ways, and they did their best to figure out how to raise humans, and struggled a lot, and there was a lot of unintentional mental and physical abuse that was posed and curated as discipline and love and structure, and it was really destructive in a lot of ways to the harmony in the relationship in our family. It was so painful for me personally that, I mean, I eventually, I found myself living on the opposite side of the planet just because that was more peaceful. But I had so many spiritual experiences, is what I would call them, pointing me back to never giving up on this love in my family, no matter how painful it was or how misunderstood I felt or whatever came up. And so as I was living in Asia, I just felt deeply called to learn how to heal myself in every way possible, and then to acquire all of this knowledge and share it with the people who I love the most, who I considered, if anyone was hurting me, I would just consider that they probably were in pain, and so I wanted to help alleviate their suffering. Because I just noticed that anytime I hurt someone, it's usually because I was in pain, either emotional or physical, and I didn't intend to do that, but sometimes I just couldn't stop it. Exactly, hurt people, hurt people. So yeah, over the years, and especially me kind of being like always feeling a bit like the outsider in the family. Yeah, I would like explore different branches of spirituality or religion and express myself in ways that I felt very much judged and rejected by my family and misunderstood in my attempts to heal and be authentic. And my attempts at connecting were often, I felt misunderstood. But I really strove to always view every interaction as a mirror and learn about myself, and try to discover how I was being loved by my family members, even if it didn't appear that way at first. So I recently left Bali for the first time since the pandemic. So I'd been here for 3 years, and I did an experiment so that every country I traveled to, because I went to India and Thailand and different places in Europe, like Vienna, Poland, Iceland, Berlin for the first time. I was pausing to meditate and putting my hands on my heart and asking my heart what it wanted. And I've been doing these meditations where I'll connect my heart chakra to what I consider to be sort of like the plasma field connected to all the heart chakras across the planet. And programming my intention in this frequency of being in alignment with the most true, most loving timeline. And so that like all of my energy and actions are sustainable in that it's benefiting everyone involved. That way, even psychically, there's no like resistance or contention. That's just like my game that I'm playing. So I was traveling to different countries, and before I would make a big decision, I would pause and check in with my heart, which I've been like tuning like a compass. And I was about to purchase a flight from Berlin back to Bali in August. And I was on the confirmation page, like my mouse was hovering over the button to charge my debit card. And I stopped because I felt this familiar sensation of about to make a decision out of fear. I could feel it. And so I stopped, did some inner dialogue, some inner inquiry, and was like, okay, I'm about to buy this ticket because I'm scared I'm going to run out of money. Flights are going to go up if I don't hurry and make this decision, but it doesn't feel good in my body. And I don't want to create more of that feeling in the universe. So I'm just going to pause here and ask my heart what it wants. And it told me something really specific that's, I'm like kind of like shortcutting to like this like gleaming moment that's like almost hard to, it's really hard to believe in some ways, but I received a message like directly with words. And the message said that if I went to Berlin and I didn't plan any exit strategy, but I just relaxed in the city, that a man who I kind of knew would offer me tickets to Burning Man, all expenses paid, and I would be able to visit my family in America and not have to pay for it, essentially. And so that's what I felt. And it felt really good. Like I just like my whole being expanded. And I was like, wow, like more than anything, I actually do want to see my family again. And so I ran the experiment. I did that. I went to Berlin. I didn't plan an exit strategy. And one thing led to another. And I made a connection with someone who just reached out and offered me to be their personal assistant at Burning Man because they had a hip injury. And they paid for everything, including my flights. And I went to see my family. Uh-huh. Yeah. And I was kind of nervous to see them again. But I just decided to be as Buddhic as possible. And I wrote down a way that I could serve each one of them. And then I just like detached myself from whether or not this intention would bear fruit, but just to do it because it felt right. And for the first time in my life, when I went home, I felt truly loved and seen and respected by every member of my family. And they even like were able to affirm it to me with words. Yeah, like there's been so much love in our family, but like the ability to communicate without like passive aggressiveness or just emotional just pain and stress. And it wasn't there. It wasn't there. And what was really cool is I just noticed how like healed people were. And I asked my mom, I was like, what happened to everybody? And she literally, like, this is the part that's like almost hard for me to share because it's just like exactly what I always hoped I would hear. But she looked me in the eyes in the kitchen and she said, Michelle, the years that you've been traveling in Asia and you've been writing to me and you've been sharing all these things that you've learned, all these workshops, all these like communication school tools and self-development strategies. She's like, I've been listening and I've been learning from you and I've been applying it to myself and I've been practicing it with each member of the family. And she's like, 50% of what you see here is because of what you've been sharing with me. She's like, I put myself through therapy the past year. I went to all these things. And she's like, and I want to learn more. She's like, you need to go back. You need to get more and bring it back to the family. Literally.
I got like truth bombs coming through. You see what I'm doing? Like, I'm like, wow, I want to shoot like, whoa. Beautiful.
Like literally like everything that I've been doing has been because of this deep love that I have for my family. And I decided that I was going to keep doing it even if I died and never saw it pay off. But I'm starting to see like yeah, like healing can happen and it can be beautiful. And I'm so grateful to all the incredible people and places that I've been so fortunate and so privileged to honestly just like stumble into. Because I haven't been able to just learn these things on my own. I've just like I just really want to play and have fun. And yeah, people I think have to feel safe to be able to play.
Yeah, that's what I see. Like we're in Canggu right now, and I was trying to come in. Yeah, I see these people who are like from Arkansas or something, just straight up out of wherever Arkansas world is, and then they come here and they've got their same habits of like, today I had lunch, and then before I checked out, there's a guy wearing a cap says "I love MILFs," and you're just like, okay, that's Canggu, bro.
Yeah.
Come from Arkansas, fucking Australia or something, wherever the dude came from. I got these new neighbors. They just live in a freaking
Like a shed.
plywood box that they created, and they just live here now.
Okay.
So I like spending more time indoors. We got the munchies unlocked. That was delish. Thank you. Thanks for your patience and all that. So back at the office, and we have the AI camera. The Insta360 is on, and let me just check. Yeah, audio levels are good. We're still in the audio. Yo, you just like a lot of the words that you just said. Oh no, where did it not record that? Yeah, it's still okay. This session's on. That was a different session. That one. Okay, that's a new browser called Arc. Okay, so there's a transcript. There's a recording. We have unlimited memory. So I want to be vulnerable and share something too.
Okay.
My dad died in February. I haven't seen him in 5 or 6 years. He was my best friend, like growing up. Since I've been in Asia, and before then, we were just growing apart. And for years, he was always the same or worse. He was never rarely, maybe years and years ago, a little bit better, eating a little bit better, feeling good. But I know his soul. I know his personality. I know he's in my heart. My mom is in my heart. She died in 2010. I got a generational uprank this year, 2023. I got no parents. Something that you said that I wish I could have articulated before, that it's true. It's like everything that I'm doing, that I'm devoting my life towards, is for love of my family. That I couldn't save anybody. I figure I can only be a leader, not a savior. I can't save everybody. Can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. The scar on the back of my head is literally from my Japanese grandmother's cast iron skillet that broke on my head in a car wreck in 2009. Car rear-ended me on the freeway going 100 miles an hour. I was going 65 miles an hour. It led me to a chiropractor, which led me to Kangen water. And I started drinking that in 2009, had an amazing experience, and then that was my first business. My mom died 6-7 months later, and it was the most heartbreaking thing ever. Her name was Rose. She's from Japan, from Okinawa, and died at 50 from, Okinawa. We talked about that earlier. It's a known blue zone where people are the most population of centenarians in the world, people who live over 100 years old. And my mom died in the United States at 50. From not having those tools that you were sharing. And I've been investing in my life to learn these different tools too. How do we heal from all this stuff? I really want to share the screen. Is that okay? This okay, screen share. This is my Miro board, and this is the healthy, wealthy nomad success path. When I left so basically, a lot of stuff, to just make a long story shorter, a decade ago, I was hydrating music festivals as the Fresh House with alkaline antioxidant water technology, not Kangen. I got swayed by some people that oh, there's this other one that'll be better and cheaper and easier to sell. It's not the case. there's a whole conversation I've got about water that I'm trying to automate that conversation. So me nor my friends or people I love have to be the water person anymore and talk about water, but we can actually automate this conversation. So this is the Fresh House TV network, the Tell Your Visions network. You can't spell fresh and house without H2O in the middle. And this is a universe city. All right. There's 3 stages and 9 steps to the healthy, wealthy nomad success path. And this is overlaying this. The healthy, wealthy nomad success path is also the same stages: align, ascend, amplify, and the same like steps in a format for different programs. We have, if you're on the Drink Awesome Water program, like the Fresh House Connectors program, Amplify Systems, what Ari and I are working on. So I guess there's really 3. It's the Fresh House Connectors, which includes Drink Awesome Water. I built this affiliate platform. So you refer somebody one time with affiliate links. The content that we're creating right now in this conversation could be a blog post, could be AI'd and whatever, and you could have affiliate links. And we could have AI summarize this just now in this session and pull out any relevant bullets and things that could be valuable. It could turn into free content that you can share with affiliate links easily. Like when you're logged into the website, in like 2 clicks, you can share it to any platform. You grab your affiliate links to any piece of public content, and you refer somebody one time into the Fresh House network, and you can earn lifetime and recurring commissions on anything purchased in our multi-vendor marketplace and shop. So these are the 3 stages. This is a conversation called righteous alignment. So align, ascend, amplify. So you know what's next. I talked about that earlier. Like if you try to amplify non-righteous misalignment, it crumbles, falls apart, comes back to this foundation of getting back in alignment of who are you? What's your true identity? What's your superhero identity? You were saying some of these words. You were like my origin story.
I collect superheroes. Yeah, like my origin story. Like, oh, literally, it's here.
Literally.
Yeah. And I was just talking about I have kryptonite. Like,
what's your kryptonite?
It's jealousy. It like destroys my body. It makes me like physically ill. Like instantaneously, I have to distance myself from it. Like,
yeah.
And I have a system for like transmuting it really fast.
So that jealousy, or we could also say envy, is also the seed of the scarcity spiral. And that's a whole training called stuff versus energy.
Yeah.
In fact, this little thing says envy leads to guilt, leads to blame, leads to unfairness, depletion, and it's a zero-sum game. That's the scarcity spiral that revolves around stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The energy spiral starts with a seed of gratitude, leads to creativity, cooperation, opportunity, ingenuity, and exponentials. So this starts with gratitude. This starts with envy. So good. We create an abundance barrier and keep building our true tribe around fucking energy, right? Like who's influencing you, right? Who the fuck are those people? Who else is on your hero's journey? Where's the fucking slides that shows what you said earlier about let me just pull it up because it's exact parallel to what I'm like on many, many years ago, the first times I was trying to explain this. This is the people that I resonate with most because I've felt this way. And I feel like you're the same. And you just articulated this thing I'm about to pull up. Might be in this slide deck. Might be another slide deck. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah. Is it okay if I like lean my elbow on this?
Yeah. There's the journey of the wounded healer.
Mm-hmm.
The art that comes from your heart. I was teaching people about sales funnels. I help people make multi-million-dollar businesses from that. But like this is the Alex Gray painting called The Journey of the Wounded Healer. It's actually on a wall like this big. And it's like you're just talking about it. And this is what I resonate with too. It's like people who've had extreme trauma. And
yeah. So for most of my life, I think I remember when I was maybe 24 years old, I was at university and I was sitting in my dorm room. Is it good?
It's good.
And I felt happy. Like I felt like I was thriving, like this juice of just electric potency was in my fingertips. My heart was open and it lasted about like an hour and a half before it just collapsed back into like the darkness. And then I just realized, I was like, whoa, I've never felt that way before. Wait a second. That could be like my everyday. Like, wait, I think I've been living like in this like dark, contracted, stressed out thing for like almost my whole life and just like rocking it. High functioning, really high functioning. And so then I just started really going into like, what are the things that actually cause me to heal and make me feel well? Because when I'm healthy, I'm far more effective at everything that I set my mind to do. And I was like, man, I really need to like feel good. I need to feel good in my body. I need to experience pleasure and not just stress all the time. And I'm like, how can I experience pleasure and make it ethical? So I kind of like created this philosophical framework for myself. What do I call it? Like virtue, ethical hedonism or something. So I was like, it needs to feel good, and I need to be able to like relay it back to my core values, for the being that I resonate the most with in my heart, and allow myself to be accountable to myself in everything that I do. I need to be able to answer to myself and explain to myself why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, that's led to a ton of healing within myself, and then yeah, it seems to be reproducible for a lot of other people, which is fun to study that.
So all these tools for ascension that we've learned and that we're learning and that we're integrating, I've created this through, well, did I create it? I've assimilated a bunch of trainings that I've learned from also and have paid for. A lot of coaches and consultants and different things that I've paid for, to assimilate this information in this way. And so there's 3 stages: align, ascend, amplify. So conversation of righteous alignment is your true identity, your most high vibe fuck yes frequency that you can be. What is that? Let's like identify all of that. Your true tribe, like your sphere of influence, like who's around you, who's influencing you, who's giving you power, who's in your abundance neighborhood. And then your true service, like what is the most high leverage thing that you could do that is most fulfilling for you, your best payday in like multiple criteria. We've got different ways to evaluate opportunities that may cross your path or come your way, and then defining your target. So this is about like personal and professional development, harmonization. That's what the Fresh House, that's what Healthy Wealthy Nomad is. It's harmonizing your health and wealth, personal and professional development. So your target is 4 things. I would normally have it looking like a target, but right now it's just easy to find right now here on this board. But who do you want to help? What's the change you want to help them make? How will you help them? How will you know when you're successful? How will you keep score? That's your target. That's what Napoleon Hill calls your chief aim. Napoleon Hill, do you know who he is?
No.
He's the only person in our known history that has been commissioned by the wealthiest person on the planet for a 20-year commission to go and study he wasn't given money. He was given the Rolodex, the contact list of the most successful people in the world. And for 20 years, he went and studied. He was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, the owner of U.S. Steel, in 1905 to go study like how they eat, how they sleep. Like Henry Ford, like Alexander Graham Bell, like fucking all these different people. Like he studied these most successful people and figured out what they had in common. I've got a book over there. Well, the most famous book that he's got is called, came out, I believe, in 1929 or 32, called Think and Grow Rich. Have you heard of that book?
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
So it's like these principles that he distilled. But before that book came out, he came out with the 16 Laws of Success. And that book's over there. But and then supposedly the story went that Henry Ford didn't want all the secrets to be revealed, and so he like had him distill that book into Think and Grow Rich, which is lacking a lot of the key. And then it's been revised and edited because the original language, he was talking about vibration. He was talking about the mastermind. And what I mentioned, like why we're in this session right now, is because when 2 or more minds come together, a mastermind is created. That's a concept from Napoleon Hill, what he observed from the most successful people in the world at the time, the turn of the 1900s.
Like me, you, in the field.
Yeah.
So it's 3.
And we open, like So success, or many things, let's say success is an emergent, and the next level is an emergent. And so the next level, as we get to the next level in life, it embraces and contains all the levels beneath it. We can't cut off from what was.
Right, where we came from.
Yeah. It's like they're in our memories. They're part of our, just embrace it. You can't like eliminate that. No matter how hard you try, it still happened. And so don't waste energy, just move forward. And okay, so I learned this through Eben Pagan's training called the virtual coach program. He's got a training in there called the Next Level. And I learned this. Have you heard of the triune brain?
No, that sounds amazing.
The 3 brain model. I've got some other visuals on another board, but basically there's the reptile brain, like snakes and lizards and stuff. They'll like lay eggs or whatever and have babies, but by the time they hatch, they've slithered off or whatever.
Is it like brainstem, kind of like?
It's like when you
like amygdala. I can't remember which part.
Yeah, one of them.
But we have that. We have that reptile portion developmentally in our own brain, right? Something like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's big Miro boards that I have that may take whiles to load that have a lot of visuals for this whole conversation on it. It's probably quicker to even just Google it. Triune brain. There's a bunch of different images like that one, or basically the idea is there's the reptilian brain, which is like reptiles will just make babies and like leave and not have connection. Then there's over that is the mammal brain, where babies and parents, there's too much pain to separate, that they stick together and have emotional bonds. So, and then there's the mental or conceptual or human mind, right, of ideas and things. And so we're existing. This is the way the world works. We're existing in these 3 states: physical, emotional, and mental. Inside of you and outside of you, inside of us and outside of us. So on the physical and emotional and mental planes, we have the body, physical, emotions, and the mind inside of you. On the outside, on the physical, emotional, mental, we have environment, relationships, and ideas. And so this has become a way for me to categorize. This is what I call the Ascension Library. This is a way that we can categorize all Ascension tools because they deal with one or multiple parts of these, of the inner game and outer game. And so welcome to the Ascension Library. So getting to the next level, what's the next level? The transform, the form beyond. So like a spiral staircase, moving horizontally across a step is like many different actions. And then moving from one step to the next step is like a transition, maybe lasting 1 to 3 months. Like if you move houses or you change jobs or something, it might, there's a transition. And then going from the bottom step of a spiral staircase to the next step or the next floor of the Ascension Library, boom, in this, on this path of ascension for us all, that's a transformation. And oftentimes that is usually saying there's a different identity shift. Like I'm not that type of person anymore. I don't chain smoke packs of cigarettes anymore. Yeah. I'm not that type of person, like it's usually there's an identity shift with a transformation. So getting to your next level and this is an acronym called Be Merry. It's kind of like be happy. And it's kind of like, this is a double negative. No mad. Don't be mad, be merry. Remember.
I love it.
Right. Now what I learned from Wake Up Warrior, the warrior book over there, is body, being, balance, and business. And so we live by a formulaic code and live by the code, stand for the core, create with the keys to win impossible games. So this is like an Abood shit show. The Ascension Library without focus is just real facts and raw feelings. But you have to have relevant focus towards your chief aim to amplify.
Yeah, fucking feel that.
Righteous alignment. So everybody in Ubud cafes are leaking their shit, and we need to have sessions where we're fucking like recording this and sharing this with our loved ones. Like, my parents are dead. I wish they would have had it. I wish we could have got this to them. I wish the next generations like would just drop out of elementary school and fucking live healthy, wealthy, nomadic with us and fucking build farms with us and like raised beds and like learn how to do all that. So healthy, wealthy, nomad. This is the mantra that I said in 2014, 13, something when I left in my Sprinter van. First trip was Austin, Texas to digitalmarketer.com headquarters. It took 4 years to settle my mom's estate. I was just a hard ass labor worker. I worked for Mr. Mover for 8 years. The last year and a half in Nashville, I worked as a pedicab driver. I was hustling bitches on the street. Is like the number 2 spot for bachelorettes in the country, and I was on a rickshaw. I was the most jacked person. I felt like everybody was getting wasted, and I was the most sober person, listening to like Soja and all this stuff, just having this vision of this fresh house vision, and like having, my mom had died a few years previously, and it was the most heartbreaking thing. I was 24, she was 50, and I just see like this is the big ideal of the fresh house. We believe the world would be a better place if businesses were profitable and fun. Like, can we just like get to our next level in life, like help each other? Like, so
I love this: student first, teacher second, servant always. So these are like 3 themes that I'm constantly playing with in my mind, like always in service, always learning, but like also like demonstrating and sharing knowledge.
This was buried in the Brendan Burchard book called The Millionaire Messenger. I had it in my van, in my Sprinter van that I lived in for a year and a half, when I read this, and it was just buried in a paragraph. I have the PDF. It's wild how I saw that, but that stuck out with me. And now I've overlapped these mantras: to be a student first of your own health and self-realization, to be in righteous alignment, to constantly, and this is a foundation, this righteous alignment conversation that will constantly be upgraded. You will constantly come back to this foundation.
What does righteous alignment mean for you? Because this word righteous has a connotation for me that might vary with different people. What does it mean for you?
What's most right for you? Based on your terms and how you feel.
Is it just being like inner harmony, to like not be like lying to myself, really, but to be proud of who I am and like my actions and decisions, and to be in alignment with that? Righteous.
Right. So like your true identity, like your most high vibe fuck yes frequency. If you pull out your superhero statement, like mine is Sky Fresh Seeing or Sky Sonic, whatever, superhero identity. I got magic powers. I'm good at connecting information. I got magic hands. I'm sharing my origin story right now. Kryptonite is, superficiality. Gene Key says, I stand for fucking fun and childlike health, vitality, feeling better, like just breathing deep and smiling, feeling real good. I stand against people who are just like smoking cigarettes all day, sitting on their ass, fucking around, and not helping us awaken and get to our next level and have fun. And they're just wasting away their life. So like, this stuff, this right here, because this is personal and professional development, healthy, wealthy, nomad. This superhero statement, once you identify that with the market, this is magnetic. This will attract the right people and repel the wrong people. Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to bring our true tribe in. And ultimately, what you were saying earlier was, I think this is the case. For me personally, the journey of the wounded healer, I've felt this. Yeah. In 2005, I had a bicycle from Walmart, and do you know about that story? Front wheel quick release popped off in midair when I was bunny hopping the curb. You haven't seen that. September 2nd. Face planted concrete, busted my front 2 teeth.
No way.
Every 6 months for 4.5 years, I had oral surgery. Had my 2 front teeth removed. Fucking had these flipper teeth in college. Tried to talk to girls without my flipper teeth falling down and shit. That was weird and shit. And then titanium post. But before that, bone graft, bone from cadavers was buried, and then one got infected. So the next 6 months, they did another surgery, and then like these two front teeth are not my originals. These are porcelain teeth on titanium posts buried in bone that was implanted from cadavers with extra gum that was one time from my upper lip, and the gum inside stretched when I didn't have these front teeth and stretched and pulled and sewed to the roof of my mouth to create more gums. So like I've experienced a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Physical pain. So
Yeah.
I've had 4 traumas over a 9-year period that were of different density, of an order of density. So this was a main trauma that I had that was kicked it off. 4 years later, I had the car wreck where my grandma's cast iron skillet broke on my head. My hair doesn't grow the same. That's the scar from that one.
Right. Yeah, I feel it. Wow.
And so that led me to a chiropractor, which led me to this Kangen water, which had a miraculous experience with healing, and my chiropractic adjustments held longer. I felt like a total zombie. I was feeling better after all that. 6-7 months later, I was getting the water of my mom, but it wasn't helpful. She didn't get a machine. My stepdad couldn't justify it either. Why spend thousands of dollars on water? Well, because it makes 3/4 of your body. There's a red booklet over there that talks about the water, and I've got this Kangen water now at Yoga Barn, and they have affiliate links into the Fresh House. So I'm trying to make print materials right now that and the marketing to help siphon leads, the 600 people a day at the Garden Cafe and the Juice Bar, into the Fresh House network to share these missions and to share this vision and to share how they can actually sell these water machines without ever having to talk about them, because we're trying to automate this conversation. I'll be the water guy for our people, whatever. But this happened. Cast iron skillet thing happened. My mom died. And then immediately the day of my mom dying, my stepdad showed up later, and he got the secretary from their office and started shredding documents and covering up, and tried to basically take everything, try to steal everything, and produced a fake will. 33-page convoluted will that I had literally 12 attorneys look at that all couldn't make sense of it all. They were like, this doesn't make sense. That part doesn't make sense. That clause isn't funded by anything over here. So what the fuck does that even mean? Why are there 18 beneficiaries listed in this clause? And me and my sister are in the minority, my mom's kids, and it's all my stepdad's family that's listed for all this stuff. And so like for 4 years it took to resolve that. She had a house. My stepdad tried to quit claim the deed of the house to himself. It was in my mom's name. And I petitioned to be the executor of her estate and felt trapped in Nashville, felt stuck where I had to I was the executor of my mom's estate. I didn't know what else to do. I was like 24 years old. So by 27, almost 28, I got a quarter of the sale of the house. I got 88 grand. And then I paid about 30 something grand to get this Sprinter van, and I moved into it. And I just invested in learning from the best digital marketers on the planet. Went to digitalmarketer.com. The next year I was in Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels, his coaching program. And then I was helping doTERRA marketing team in the Bay Area, San Francisco, went on a hike with a girl from the gym. And a couple weeks later from our hike, we were talking about where we'd like to go in the world. I said, I've always wanted to go to Thailand. A couple weeks after our hike, she calls me and says, hey, dude, I got my flight to Thailand. Are you coming? It's in a few months. And so it put me on the spot. And then I basically just sold everything, moved into a backpack, and bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. That was like 2016. And so like and the whole mantra when I moved into the van was I want to live healthy, wealthy, nomadic. So student first of your own health and self-realization, wealthy teacher second, nomadic servant always, nomad, be merry, align, ascend, amplify. So amplify systems is like, we have this tool, like anybody trying to build any sort of business or anything. These are some of my clients. These are clients in the amplify systems. So like say my ex-girlfriend, I'll just show, because she's got some pretty funnels and she does some cool stuff. Her whole business is run from this CRM. Like all of her contacts, her sales pipelines and everything are all in this tool. So like her courses are in here. Her sales funnels are in here. There's 5,000 contacts in here that she's got different conversations with, and sales pipelines and opportunities, and her Instagram comments and communications and Facebook can go through here, and we can automate conversations and shit. Her retreats and courses and Egypt retreats and stuff are all run through here. Email automation, SMS automation are all run through here. This is like one of her courses. Here's a sales page for it. And it's all hosted in the Amplify app. This is part of Amplify systems. So if you want to align, ascend, and amplify your life and your business and stuff, well, this video is hosted in this app. Like it replaces Kajabi, it replaces ClickFunnels, it replaces whatever. You can build websites, blogs, everything on this thing. Plus, I've been investing in other things. We've got this is AI content generation stuff. That's freaking next level. It is out of control. So you can create membership sites, all your marketing automations, all your broadcast emails. You can send invoices. You can charge people with order forms and stuff. And so this is what I do. I help people with high-level marketing automation stuff so that they can amplify their righteous alignment. And I only really want to work with fucking superheroes who have something actually valuable to share, and not anymore with coaches who want to coach coaches to coach coaches to take the systems and sales funnels and just sell the art of the sell. I'm tired of that shit. When everybody fucking focuses, when I was Mr. Mover for 8 years, $13 under the table, fucking $15, $16 an hour under the table fucking job that I did, fucking the most physically active job there is. I was just fucking beast. That's why I'm fit. I've trained it into my muscle memory. Moving a fucking house to a 3-story apartment to 2-story condo, and they pull the attic with 200 boxes and the gun safe at 10 p.m. and you're on your 3rd or 4th truckload of shit that you're carrying across town, and doing that for like weeks straight without a day off, like fucking 24 days without a fucking day off. We're doing 8 to 16, 19, 21 hours a day, like hauling people's shit, and realizing that everybody's just buying a bunch of shit. They're buying their granite countertops, they're buying their furniture and whatever. And like nobody's even paying it, and they're still drinking out of plastic. So how long are people going to keep drinking out of plastic? So at the Fresh House, I was hydrating music festivals as the Fresh House. Me and my crew, we got together in 2013 and 14, because I don't know what matters more than, like, if you know of anybody that's got any sort of health challenges, look at the water you're drinking.
Dude, so the water that I've been drinking since I've been living in Bali in Asia, and then traveling to Europe, and just incredible quality water. When I came back to Arkansas, and I had just got home, and my mom hands me a glass of water, and I just drink it because I was tired. It was a long day, and I felt like the flesh of my face and throat, and like my body like identified. It felt like up to like 15 different chemicals. It just like told me, like, and it just like constricted. Like it felt like poison. It felt like I drank poison. And I was like, "Where'd you get that?" And she's like, "Oh, we're drinking out of the tap, like on the sink." And that's just what I was raised on, and that's what they've been drinking. And I was like, "We can't drink this." Like, and I got some like bottled water from the store, and that was just terrible in a different way. So we found a fresh spring, which was a nice alternative. But yeah, the quality of water, it's like it's massively just misunderstood in the world.
This goes into the 5 elements Ayurveda training that I would like to represent in a clean fashion here. I in my healing journey, when I face planted concrete and had oral surgery for 4.5 years, every 6 months, and was bleeding at the mouth, I learned how to turn my kitchen into a pharmacy. I started my first yoga class as a semester in college. Every winter and summer break, I had surgery. I was bleeding at the mouth, but like in 2006, I took my first semester of yoga, which led me to like meditation and mindfulness and Ayurveda, and bought all these books on Amazon. Dr. Vasant Lad's Practical Guide and his textbook, Volume 1. Learned a lot about how to use my kitchen as a pharmacy. Learned a lot about, I went to a bunch of yoga classes, and like this dude was teaching about Ayurveda, Arun Deva, talking about the 5 elements. And that is so potent information that I want to share. You can go to findaspring.com. You can also go to sign up with the Fresh House, sign up with whoever refers you to the Fresh House. If they're in the US or Canada, you can be a multi-pure independent distributor. And this is the only drinking water system that I know of that has a stainless steel cartridge. This is a used filter from Hydrating a Music Festival. This is a cross section of a new filter that's wrapped in plastic, so you can see like the actual solid. They invented solid carbon block filtration technology in 1970, and still today it's certified as the most effective filtration medium for reducing the most and broadest range of contaminants of health concern. And so reduces arsenic, lead, like chlorine, like chloramines, trihalomethanes, all kinds of stuff. 10, 15 years ago, we knew that water in freshwater streams was changing the sex of fish and amphibians. No wonder why we're talking about pronouns today. Everybody's been drinking out of plastic for decades.
Wow.
Like it's literally changing male frogs into female frogs that then lay eggs.
Literally?
Yeah. And everybody that we know is drinking out of plastic. What do you think's happening? So these are all different water books that I had. This was the Fresh House at a festival. I think that might have been Gratifly Festival in South Carolina. But like, this is me. Boom. That's me a long time ago. These festivals. That was that dank ass water we'd be delivering up at the Fresh House. And so nothing really matters more than our water. And this water can actually make you rich. Here's the thing. Every drinking water technology actually has maintenance and expenses to it. I had a girlfriend in Manhattan Beach, California, when I lived in my van before I went to Thailand. Like at the time I went to Thailand, I had a girlfriend and I left. And her roommate had a Brita water pitcher that you like pour tap water into and then it flows through. And he never replaced the filter and it looked like pond scum. And he still drank out of it.
Oh, no.
And it was green on the sides of the pitcher. Like people get a water filtration system or something, and especially this, like when you get a high quality one or a multi-stage one, if you want to, even more fancy and stuff, if you don't replace the filters in time, and this is a $135 cartridge to replace.
I think it becomes like a festering poison thing, right? Like if it's not getting changed and cleaned, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah. So look, it's a conversation. Drink Awesome Water is a conversation that I really want to flesh out, make a lot more content for, but it's basically two different technologies. It's clean water and healthy water technologies together. That makes a healthy hydration station. That is part of the template of the Fresh House. That is what it means to be a Fresh House connector. To be an affiliate for the Fresh House TV network means that everybody that you bring into the Fresh House through any public piece of content, including the one we're creating now, could have your affiliate link on it. When somebody signs up to learn more or to get on the success path to live fresh and get paid as a Fresh House connector, or to sign up for the conversation of righteous alignment, or to be in part of anything healthy, wealthy, nomad related, or Amplify Systems related through the Fresh House, or Drink Awesome Water related, like if you sign up like at Yoga Barn or anywhere else, you could hook up different yoga studios or retreat centers around the world with this technology. And then there's a compensation structure that is patented from Japan, from where my mom's from Okinawa, from this company, Enagic, the Kangen Water Company. And out of the last 15 years, I have not seen a more sensible financial scenario with a product that matters. And every other drinking water system I've ever seen is an expense. It is a liability. This is a cash flowing asset. Like when you have one of these machines, it turns your faucet into a fountain of youth and abundance that produces molecular hydrogen rich, electron rich. If every chemical reaction in our known universe occurs with the exchange of electrons, and every biochemical reaction in your body occurs in water, we now have electron-rich water that can like bless up your cells and enable your body to perform all the wonderful chemical reactions it is designed to perform. Yeah. Everything else, every other beverage is oxidizing. That little booklet over there with the red cover, with the red on it, that one I'm looking to optimize it and make more versions for print versions for other yoga studios and juice bars and homes, and
to have healthy hydration station profit centers for your home and your business all over the world. If you're in the United States, the clean water technology that fits most people's tap water, most all over the United States, is from a company called MultiPure out of Las Vegas. You need to sign up with a distributor link to do that. So if you're receiving your Fresh House invitation, so basically the idea is like explaining the Fresh House success path is kind of what I'm doing. But you can sign up as a Fresh House connector. It means you earn lifetime recurring commissions on anything purchased in our shop, plus indirect and direct sales for the water systems for life. Meaning this has a whole compensation plan with a video and a structure and stuff. Some people will be like, oh, that's a pyramid scheme, or it's MLM, multi-level marketing. Yeah, there's 8 slices to a pie. I wouldn't call it a pyramid scheme like the government or a corporation where, there's a definite top cap of structure. This actually has like, we can only slice the pie out of 100%, and about 54% gets paid to its distributors. But every time you sell a machine, there's a whole video for this. I don't even have to explain it. But basically, this freaking scenario, there's some people like right now living in Canggu where we're at who are 6A2-3. They're making $5,000 a month for life. They had a $25,000 bonus, and they're making multiple 6 figures maybe per month off of sales in their team and their downline. And then it goes up. This is a whole career path for selling these. That's a $5,000 water machine. The one at Yoga Barn is $6,000. You can finance them. There's 4 different ways you can get paid. This is a relevant conversation because it's part of the affiliate agreement to be a Fresh House connector. What's an affiliate? Yo, can I send you clients? Sure. Cool. So this is all Alex Hormozy $100 million leads. I had to use all this stuff, came out to be able to explain all this to everybody. Mm-hmm. And your true service. This is an option. Drink awesome water and a Fresh House connector. It doesn't have to be your chief aim in life or part of it, but this can be a part-time side thing that we can jam in the Jam Lounge, co-create content together, have affiliate links. Because my vision for creating this is having dozens of crews around the planet all the time, and yoga studios and retreat centers and juice bars and homes and neighborhoods and your family in Arkansas drinking clean and healthy drinking water. And being able to share that because you can now make unlimited quantities off of your tap. And the people who drink it tend to not have cancer, diabetes, arthritis, gout, psoriasis, eczema.
Absolutely like a medical investment. Saving so much on like preventative care.
When you see what happens to your blood, when you see what happens to your colon in those little videos. And so I'm trying to put this all together. The idea is to automate this conversation so we don't ever have to talk about it again. And it's all automated. And people can go through and find what they need about it because since I got involved with them in 2010 and bought my machine the month after my mom died, and became the Kangen water guy in Nashville, Tennessee, and was giving away 18 gallons of water in glass fucking 5 and 3 gallon carboys and buying pallets of 1 gallon glass jugs and giving people Kangen water fresh daily. And then selling machines, it was challenging. And I got swayed into other, like a travel network marketing company, because some of my friends, my sphere of influence, the people that were influencing me were into that. I got swayed into that. I got swayed into another water ionizer. So anyway, it's really important that we look at our true identity. Who are we being? Who are the people around us? Who are they being? Do we know who their true identity is? Like if this is our most high vibe fuck yes frequency, can we see the most high vibe fuck yes frequency of the people that we're spending our time with? Okay, what's your true service? Does your people know that too? Are they supporting you in that? Is there an abundance neighborhood? Is based around stuff versus energy? And has definitions. That's a whole little training too that I want to put in this little mini course. We call them experiences in the Fresh House of Righteous Alignment. So basically the healthy, wealthy nomad part is the circles, and then the Fresh House is underneath it. That's optional. But everybody who wants to play on the healthy, wealthy nomad can. So Righteous Alignment, next level. And I figured this could be coaching, this could be retreats, this could be trainings. We could do a lot here in Bali with the co-working spaces, and running retreats here, I think. Healthy Wealthy Nomad. Just bringing all the ascension codes and finding where people are at in the moment. Well, okay, we got a whole fucking library. What do you need?
Yeah. Yeah.
What medicine you need? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually like quite easy.
Well, okay, let's do that. Look, I got Amplify Systems. I just need team members who are like, fuck yes, this is where we're going. I got some other people interested to support with Healthy Wealthy Nomad retreats. I'm a manifesting generator. I got tons of ideas and big ass vision and need like to enroll people into this vision and making it personal for them so that they can live fresh and get paid with us.
Yeah, I think we're on the same team.
Yeah. 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 So this is where the conversation of Fresh House creators. So there's 3 stages, align, ascend, amplify. I call them stages because we're in the jam lounge right now on this session. The jam lounge.
Where's the music?
Yeah, we're at the jam lounge. We ain't trying to get in whiteboard mode over here. All right, cool. Holy moly. Okay, so then there's verticals too. So if you look at it this way, your true identity, like this is you, right? But then there's like your inner game, your body,
Totally.
emotions, and mind.
Totally.
But then there's your systems and your processes, which are particular to your energetic operations.
That's cool.
And being a student first of all that, like get your operations down. Well, how's my energy? What's my stuff versus energy? Now, that is a whole training. I would love to fucking show you some visuals on that, but it's going to take a minute to load, so I'll just load it in the background. Then you got your true tribe, and then you got your outer game, and then you got your partners in life. Like, I'm looking for growth partners in life.
Me too.
You said that. You said a lot of spells that I said too, and I've just been blessed to have all the fucking guidance to put this in a visual format.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do something like this for a really long time.
This
and
is
I've just
yours.
Not been like
This
as
is yours.
organized.
This is yours. Yeah. So all right, this dude's strategic coach. Basically, all the mentors I was looking up to, pretty much, of all the dudes in digital marketing and stuff, they all pretty much like study from this guy, strategic coach, Dan Sullivan. Can I share this real quick?
Yeah, I just gotta pee.
Go ahead. Go get it. Thanks for this late night jam.
Yeah.
Late night jams. Late night jams at the Fresh House. What's good? What's good, tribe? Late night jams at the Fresh House. Yeah. You know that's how we roll. That's how we roll, yo. Late night jams at the Fresh House. So grateful. Ultimately so divine. We got to focus on that true service and that product, man. That's where my focus is, man. Yeah. So that's a lot. This is stuff versus energy. This is
Okay, where is this?
yeah. Yeah, you can also turn off the AC if you want.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. I got some different kimonos too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's one over there. There's that kind of greenish one on the right that's linen, above the yellow shirt on the to the right of the fan. Yeah, that's pretty cozy. I want to make a black one. I had that made, but sometimes when I'm at the fabric store, I really don't know what's gonna be all right. But I like that one. That was nice. Is it good?
Yeah.
Tight. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. 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 It's been a long journey, long road.
What else you got?
A few years ago, I was going around. I was living in a boot, and I was thinking how like everything is like stuff and things. These are my vocabulary. I was like, everything's just stuff and things.
Yeah. It's third dimension.
Well, what I came across in that week of thinking that was Dan Sullivan and this video from the Genius Network, Joe Polish and these called the Smart Marketers Genius Network. And it was this video, future thinking, 10x is easier than 2x. Entrepreneurs have freedom of time, money, relationships, and purpose. So what is X? Whatever you define it as. It could be confidence, revenue, profits, wealth, free time, health, fitness, energy level, reputation, capabilities, clients, customers, support, technology, connections. And so he's got a mindset, model, method, and a map. So 2x, if you try to like 2x something, it's harder because you have to pull from the past and bring the past with you into the present, into the future. But if you're just thinking 10x, it's easier because you can't get there with past thinking. You just have to like skip the old, you have to move forward. You can't like look back on that. Just remind
So
yourself.
it seems like this is the path of least resistance. It's what maybe like wants to happen. It's easier and it's like creating like more what's 10x? It's like just like a quantum,
Well, it's an exponential.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever x is, right? However, whatever it is, whatever is good, whatever you want to grow, like all the good things of life, like exponentials. So it led me to this training, and we're ultimately building a bigger, better future. So this is that defined. Energy is activities free from stuff. Stuff is activities devoid of energy. So if we did this every month, if we eliminate stuff, one stuff item every month, but let's define it. Stuff is everything that others do better, everything that drains your energy, and relationships that go nowhere. That's stuff. And then energy, what if we increase one energy item every month? So energy is everything that you permanently love.
Love that. Permanently love.
I love music. Everything that produces, what do you love? What do you permanently love?
I love art. I love painting.
Yeah.
I love painting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always have. Drawing, creating visual images. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything you permanently love, everything that produces growth, everything that grows confidence. That's energy. So if we eliminate one stuff item every month, increase one energy item every month, over 36 months, you will have like 72x. You can have more like energy stuff in life. If we drew it like a puzzle, and you actually drew like puzzle pieces kind of in a space, and you see how many items are like actually stuff in your life, like your family in Arkansas, they did that exercise, and then they started like, oh shit, and then let me take one of those out a month and replace it with some energy item. And then after time, like that block that's mostly stuff will fill up with more puzzle pieces that are energy. activities.
This is what I'm doing. I just haven't like collected all the data and like have it in one place. It's like in different. It's like my walls are covered in.
We're
charts.
adding to the Ascension library and putting it in a digital format so that our people can access it and share it and live fresh and get paid with their affiliate links that pay them exponentially for life. This is what I've built here. The scarcity spiral starts with a seed of envy. And I actually Googled this. I was like, what is envy? It's a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck.
Right, resentful longing. It's like I want it and I'm giving that person bad energy because I want it. So it's like just creating just destructive energy.
Yeah.
It's not like wanting something and being like, oh, I want it. I like the feeling of wanting that because I think I'm worthy of having that. It's so cool that I can see that someone else has it. Maybe I can learn how to acquire that in my own way, like in being inspired. It's like kind of the opposite of inspiration.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm trying to check the video, making sure we're on that video, and let me pop it back on this video so that we're both sitting in front of the cam and it's on. It's a little slower video, not as high res, but it's got us in the mix. All right, so yes, and so this is my notes too. So all progress starts with telling the truth.
Thank you.
Write it out. The brain is wired to the opposable thumbs. It's what help us develop the human brain. So like writing out, like what are the, so this is an exercise. This is in the true identity of the conversation of righteous alignment. This is one of the action items is to like identify stuff and energy in your life.
Yeah.
So ultimately there is a framework that I have yet to like build slides for completely and stuff, that this conversation, true identity, true tribe, and true service, I'm modeling Wake Up Warriors methodology of training. Where, oh, sorry, get my tunes jamming. Oh, it knows. I think that drum beat fits with that groove. All right, we're in the jam lounge. All right. Shit. Okay. All right, look. Anyway, there's a whole world to discuss in here, but like that one's not even fleshed out. So basically, I want to break these conversations out. And this is the jam lounge. What we're doing is I want to have sessions for these specific conversations and like clarify this whole situation, because I've got like that one's not for this step, but this one is. So this one is your true tribe problem. So there's 4 P's. There's problems and possibilities, and I wanted to cover 4 problems and 4 possibilities, for 1 possibility for each problem. So like your physical and financial life reflects the 5 people you're around most.
I love this one.
Most communities do not have a high leverage financial growth vehicle and encouraged team wealth building. Possibility, you create and connect abundance neighborhoods, empowering massive growth for your people. Like, so this is like 1 problem and this is 1 possibility. And it creates a gap just by doing that. And then we're going to cover principles like your sphere of power, like your people you're around the most, 5 people, 1,000 true fans, abundance neighborhoods, goodwill, compounds faster than money. Production strategies. Well, and this is, I think a lot of this was for True Tribe and I copied it over, and I haven't actually written this on this mural board for this, although I've got it written in other places, and that's a challenge for me because I've got to assimilate all of it. It feels easiest on a mural board until they get too big of mural boards, and then it's like, fuck. Okay, anyway. So principles, like in the conversation of true service, we're talking about all that. Like I mentioned this, when you amplify non-righteous misalignment, it will eventually crumble, leading back to the question, what's next? Will your next decade be this cycle? Possibility. Get aligned with high leverage financial vehicles with likelihood of lasting long term. Okay. Problem. How many awesome products do you know of that you love to use in your life? And how many of those could help you pay your bills? And how many of those could make you rich? Like, I don't think, like, I found a fucking unicorn product over here and it's called water, and it's like a particular it's kind of what's keeping us alive. It's kind of not only what's keeping us alive, but it's not just any water technology. I've failed in hydrated festivals with the wrong technology that is not a cash flowing asset. And you don't want to fall into that trap thinking, oh, that other machine's cheaper. Look, this is the cash flowing asset one, the Kangen water from Enagic, because Enagic has a patented compensation plan. I don't know any CEOs of any companies who have said anything for multiple decades, and it's only gotten stronger and stronger and bigger and bigger. Maybe like less than a handful of people that I could even think about that even has, okay, PayPal existed. I don't know if Elon Musk actually started these things or if it was like a CIA or whatever. Who knows? He's like the president of the fucking Illuminati or something. Who knows? Whatever. But like Mr. Hironori Oshiro from Okinawa, where my mom is from, the CEO of Enagic, they're actually in 25 countries, 42 locations now. I think this is old. This is a global company that can pay you for life exponentially, like huge fat incomes I can't discuss because there's a whole 23-minute video that if you want to learn about it, you're going to have to opt into the conversation of Drink Awesome Water, where you can ask and have all of your questions answered and co-create that experience with us. So we'll invite you there. Please join us. And this whole thing, so the Fresh House, let's see, what do we got? So there's this version of it down here with the Healthy Wealthy Nomad view. And then there's this version where I was like, okay, well, here's what's inside the Fresh House University. This is on the stage of alignment. You've got three main programs. You got Drink Awesome Water, Healthy Wealthy Nomad, and Amplify Systems. And so, and this is even, I think this even needs to be tweaked, because really what this is Fresh House Connectors. The idea was that I changed this and I don't like it as much. Okay. Fresh House Connectors is on the foundational stage of alignment. So Fresh House Connectors is like, this could be, these are actually identities that you can be. So it's actually over here, but these are identities of our community. So there's connectors, Alkaline Water Tribe, and creators. And so if you become an affiliate and sign the affiliate agreement, that basically says anytime you invite somebody for free or paid for anything in our multi-vendor shop, which is step 9, and ultimately over here, we're focusing on our true service and optimizing our products. Like, that's where our focus should be. Instead of leaking energy on people and cafes and Ubud, like, we could like just put all that stuff into the Ascension library and help spread it around to our fam all over. This can be group coaching online. This can be weekly Ascension calls. This could be retreats, Healthy Wealthy Nomad residencies. This is where the Jam Lounge exists in the outer game component. This is where we're connecting at Mudra in the back room that Sifu and them want to create and do podcasts and stuff. And we could have a mobile Jam Lounge thing there, and get everybody on affiliate links who wants to play with us. Realize it's not going to be for everybody, and nothing is for everybody, but this is align so you know what's next, ascend to your next level, and amplify so you can double your sales. So Fresh House Connectors. Okay, so this Fresh House Success Path is these ones underneath here. So Fresh House Success Path is just an overview of this process, which I'm kind of going through right now. To become a Fresh House Connector, I've already said all that, what that means with the links. Drink Awesome Water program is to help get your questions answered. There is Live Fresh, get paid, the alkaline water tribe. So it basically revolves around this conversation that's core at Enagic, the Kangen Water Company, and it's a core value at the Fresh House also, that we can experience true health. And true health, as defined by Mr. Hironari Oshiro, the guy who I was saying who's been saying this for decades, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year, this upcoming year. In June, I may fly to Okinawa to go to that because I haven't met him and I really want to go.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Yeah, you want to go?
In June?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's when I'll be potentially coming back from America to come back here because I'm going to America on January 10th.
Let's get houses in Japan.
So I need 3 houses around the world. I plan to travel between 3 different locations. I need to like own them or like co-own them with different people and be like timeshares with other people who are also nomadic.
Let's put that
I
into
really want
Healthy
to go to
Wealthy
Japan.
Nomad and put the freaking fund that goes in this category. See how that works?
Yeah.
That's like a next level environment with relationships and ideas. Like that is that is a timeshare I'm gonna say co-owned living. Right?
Yeah.
So this is a way to categorize all of our freaking dreams and visions and our insides. Like it doesn't like that's the way the world works. Like I can't find anything that fits outside of that. Like this pretty much sums it up. Steps 4 and 5 are pretty much like our universe of thoughts and ideas.
Well, what's been really cool is I've been thinking about psychic connections and like telepathy, and I've been figuring out to describe it. It feels like the like outer nervous system. Like I have an inner nervous system, but then there's like also a nervous system between like me and you and like all things. And anyway, so sometimes when I think about the outer game, it's like what's that? Environment, relationships, and ideas.
But like I think what you're just discussing sounds kind of like in your own mind and your own emotions. You're feeling something. You're kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, unless it can be like verified with like outer sources where it's not just an internal experience,
Well,
but it's confirmed.
There is a synthesis of this from Warrior, and it is body, being, balance, and business. So there's body. In body, you have fitness and fuel. Okay, and being is like your emotions and your mind together, basically. Like who are you being? Like when I'm playing guitar, I am being. That's what I'm being. Then there's balance, which is the balance of like kind of your emotions and your mind with your environment and your relationships. It's kind of like what you said is your specialty is like harmonizing relationships. To me, that's in the realm of balance, which is kind of it's part of your inner and outer game, and it's the balance between them. And whenever we get triggered, and how do we handle that? Like doing the work, Byron Katie, like loving what is, that judge your neighbor worksheet, like that thing right there. Like I want to put that in the Ascension Library. Like people can know about that.
Okay, so actually, like helping people regulate their nervous systems. Well, that's like my life work. I feel. Yeah. Just like found it.
I bet there's a lot you can expand on that too. And I'm curious, like I would love to do these healthy, wealthy nomad retreats here in Bali. Because like my ex-girlfriend that I showed you, like her Amplify Systems a little bit, she was a full-time yoga teacher trainer here in Ubud at Zuna Yoga, and was working 12 to 15 hours a day, I think. And like we were dating, and her teacher guy put her up to a meditation practice for 90 days that initially took her 3 hours to complete. She got it down to like 2 something hours
Per day?
Yeah, and then she would go work for 12 to 14 or 15 hours a day. It was retarded. And we were dating. It was like crazy. And she was only making like $2,600 a month, working all that like all month long on this thing. And so before we broke up, I ended up helping her. We built a little 2 or 3 page funnel, Creative Power Retreats, and I ran Google ads to this little funnel that we made. And her promise, her offer was that in 3 days on a private retreat, you're going to learn how you're going to walk away with your own meditation practice. And in a couple months, she made 25 or 30 grand.
Whoa.
She never made that much on anything in her life.
Yeah.
And so I know how to turn ads into profit. And if we had the right offer and with the right team and the right people, because I'm a manifesting generator and I've got ideas and I can do a lot of tech on the back end, and I would love to be in presence with people. Presence is the destination. That's ultimately the main mantra of my marketing experience. That presence is the destination. Is we don't want to be behind the pixels and in a locked room. We want to be booty shaking on the dance floor and fucking getting down in the fucking jam lounge, wherever on. So there's 3 stages, right? I like calling them stages because it's just like being on a stage playing music. Like you can't hide from the spotlight. When you're looking at yourself and you're looking at righteous alignment, you can't hide from that. Like that truth is going to haunt you, or time will promote you or expose you. On the ascension stage, we're getting to the next level. This is like, you could also think beginner, intermediate, advanced, possibly. That's one frame to look at it. But the ascension stage, like when you're just jamming with people, that's why the jam lounge is over here. We're just trying to learn the language of music. We're just trying to learn the language of art and color and visual and the electromagnetic spectrum and relationships and everything. We're jamming in the jam lounge with the Ascension Library, the Kitchery Kitchen, and the Healthy Hydration Station profit centers, where you activate your H2O, become a part of the alkaline water tribe, and help you get to the next level financially with that without even having to talk about it, because this is an automated conversation ideally. And then the amplify stage, when you get to the amplify stage, like when I'm playing electric guitar, like last night at Labyrinth Studio, you play a wrong note, like people hear it, people feel it, people notice it. I cringed when they told me to shred on solo. I thought I was shredding during the song, and then people expect something extra, and they're like, shred. I was like, what? And then I like fumble, a little bit, and I got a video of that part today on Instagram tagged, and I just was cringing because I'm like, I know personally that that's not like what I heard possibly in my head. I wasn't even hearing anything. But they kind of put me on the spot, and then I just kind of felt like I fumbled. But for me, when you're on the stage of being amplified, the slightest mistakes, they're felt in a bigger way than if you're on a smaller stage. And so this takes a lot of responsibility to be at this level. And so this is where creating awesome products that help people expand their businesses and stuff, that's what Amplify Systems is, and the Amplify app. And we're training people to build and grow and control their lists to sell products and services that they believe in that are in righteous alignment. And if you're a Fresh House connector, to ultimately be in your downline selling these water machines. And every time, we help somebody learn how to build a list and bring people into the Fresh House, we're growing the Fresh House community. And every time like you sell a machine, like $5,000 machine, you make $340 as one of the 8 points of commission. You can earn all 8 points of commission. 6 points of commission is one business rank, and that's like $2,000. But the thing is, if you sold one to Lacey in your 4A lane and made $1,360, when she sells one, she gets a point, but you get 4 points, and you still make $1,360, even though she sold it. You hook up another person, like Ricky, you sold it to him, but you've only made 3 or more direct sales or whatever, 3 sales. You make $680, but every time for life, when Ricky sells one, you make $680. And then when he sells one to like Tiffany or somebody down here, like he gets a point. Like she sells one, she makes a point, he makes a point, you make a couple points. You're still making $680 off your downline until the 8 points are maxed out. Once 8 points are consumed. So if you're a 6A and you sell to, and Marissa's a 3A, but she happens to be on this lane and not there, but that's her 3A lane. She makes 3 points, and then you only make 5 points off this. So 1,700 instead of 2,040, because 8 points is, you can only slice the pie so much. That's why this conversation of leverage is so important. Like that's actually, that's a really important one, actually.
Principles?
Yeah, like a principle is like you can only slice the pie so much. There's only 100% of the pie to slice. All right. So it's like whatever you're selling, but like these ones transforms lives. And I really wanted like a freaking warehouse with Joe Mattia or something. And here in Bali, we need clean and healthy water all the time. This is the healthy water technology, but we also need clean water technology in front of it. And here in Bali, the best thing is reverse osmosis with a big tank to handle parties, which is a few $1,000 system. And I need a proper like space to install that. That's not the water machine sitting outside like at this house. So that's something I'm calling in with that too. Like we need the Kitchery kitchen, jam lounge, healthy hydration station all together, instruments, air conditioning, jam lounge, freaking space station, command center.
Yeah.
So then if you're aligned with this and you're on that and you're a connector, you become part of the alkaline water tribe sooner or later, then you have a vested interest, and we have a vested interest for you to create better content that you and your people can share to make more sales that pays you for life. And so we've got a multi-vendor marketplace. We can put any products. Basically, I think we've got enough products of our in-house stuff from Healthy Wealthy Nomad possibilities of all this, and we can put all the order forms and events and everything inside of this Fresh House shop that I've created, where you can have affiliate links. Amplify Systems, we can sell that in there too. So if people buy a $97 a month subscription or a $9.97 a year subscription, or you make 40%, or if they get a custom conversion system for $3,000, $5,000, or $10,000 plus, you can earn a different percentage on that because there's going to be staff involved to help them create a custom funnel system for their business. You make commission when they buy any of that, and monthly recurring commission. So if you make 40% on the Amplify app that we're just giving away right now for $97 a month, you sell that to 3 people and we're paying you more than if you were paying us on that. So if you get one too, basically yours is essentially free, plus you make money on it if you refer to 3 people. So the idea is that like I've got a lot of explaining to do, and I need help. I need help. So that's what I'm doing. Everybody that I'm hanging with right now is like that I'm invited in my circle. This is the synthesis of where we are so far.
Do you have like things kind of like written down of like areas where you're ready to receive help and like what topics and like
It's so challenging. I've got things written in different places, and that's been really challenging. I think some of the things for me to do is to try to synthesize this, but I find inspiration in some different tools sometimes, and I basically need different people to say like what resonates with you, and fucking like let's see how we can run with that. Like, for you, I'm curious if you'd be interested in running Healthy Wealthy Nomad retreats with us.
I mean, yes. Yes. The thing that comes up is my time is limited at this current iteration of my Bali chapter. I just came back to renew my Kitas, and I'm going back to do some work in Arkansas, and then planning to return in the summer. So I could be super interested to get going on something like this in person when I return. I'm not sure if that's something that could happen in the next 4 weeks, you know?
Mm-hmm. Then the other question that I've got, since you're going back to Arkansas, is maybe just getting a water filter for your people.
So exactly, like I have to have one, otherwise, well, I'm just gonna be drinking spring water all the time if I don't get a filter, which I want one of these anyway.
This stainless steel housing, it's actually, there's another stainless, I've got one sitting there, that stainless steel housing.
Yeah.
That's
Can we
that.
grab it or just...
You can, if you want to check it out. Check it out. That's the top G. That's got a 90-day money back guarantee. That's about $600, but it's got a lifetime warranty on the stainless steel housing. Like most every other water system I know of has a plastic housing, and sometimes they bust and leak and corrode and shit over time. But this has a replaceable cartridge on the inside, and you can easily install this by just screwing it on your faucet, or you can plumb it in directly in the cold line under the sink. And this is a multi-pure filter. They invented solid carbon block filtration technology in 1970. You can use it for like 89 days, and if you're not satisfied with it, return it and get your money back. Yeah. Like you can buy it from Las Vegas, they'll ship it to you, and then when you buy it, you can also become an independent distributor. Like for $50, you get the distributor pack. So you have to own a machine yourself, own a system yourself, and get the starter kit at minimum, which is $50, and that comes with a distributor ID number. And then you and your family can empower your friends and neighbors to also drink clean water.
Right.
And then you get paid on it when you sell them.
Yeah, I've had so many mysterious health issues, and I wrote on my mirror just like a week ago. It's like, you're not sick, you're thirsty, essentially.
Did you see that book?
Huh?
Did you see that book? Oh, do I have it here?
Which one?
Dr. Theodore Baruti is not in that picture. But you've seen that book, yeah?
Called You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty?
Yeah. You know that one?
I haven't read it.
But you've seen it.
Somehow
that-
that
is
phrase
that-
just like came to me somewhere.
Is that how that mantra?
Probably, but it wasn't because I saw it in a book. I saw it as a quote, or I don't really remember. Yeah, I heard it,
No, that's Dr. Batman Galige.
and I was like, man, I just have to like eat fruit every time I get thirsty, because at least I know I'm gonna get hydrated.
Yeah.
So I was just drinking water and just feeling like it's not actually hydrating my cells. It's just
Yeah. But it's interesting too, like Deanna DeLong, she's a multi-pure independent distributor since like the 80s or something. Her she's got a little flip book, and it's like mist. It's like water. Like kids aren't taught about it. And this is the most comprehensive, like she's like old grandma. Like this could be like this could simply be a Fresh House blog
Can you
post.
send it to me?
Yeah. It's getting late, I know. Yeah. All right, you got your choice. Sleep. You can sleep in my bed. You're welcome to. Dang, like some kidneys. So this is dude from East Nashville, where my dad lived. It's my guy right this morning. This dude. He's the only dude I'm subscribed to on Patreon. His links are so tasty. Anyway, this dude is the shit. All right, you got all that. Anyway, I
All right, fresh hot session. Turn it off. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.